Guest blogging. This is a main tactic of many SEO companies. On a client's behalf, they will approach a website they feel Google trusts and considers to be one of quality, and offer to write the people behind the website content for free, an article or blog entry perhaps. The only caveat being that the content contains a link to the website of the person paying for the SEO. Now, if done well, or should I say wisely and delicately, because the ice here is just about thick enough to hold the skater's weight, so to speak, one clumsy move and the ice will shatter, as will Google's belief that the link is valid, genuine and of value, which means both websites, the website giving the link and the website receiving the link, will both feel the icy chill of a Google penalty. That's for certain. But as I said, done wisely, and there's a chance both parties might gain an advantage. However, over the years, I've had numerous requests to publish such content on a website of mine, driving-test-success.com. A website for learner drivers that gets a fair amount of monthly traffic from SEO companies representing websites in the motoring industry, car insurance companies and so on. And I've always said no. I mean, even when there's a little payment on the table, especially when there's a little payment on the table. And the reason why, because overall, all things taken into account, I don't think adding such content with a link will be a benefit to my website. It may be a benefit to the website they want me to link to, although, I'm often inclined to think it's more about the SEO company showing their client that they are actually getting them links on relevant websites, rather than, it being a sound SEO tactic that will propel the website up the rankings. So whatever I'm offered, I always say no. Although every man has his price, so please don't stop making the offers. But anyway, it's a fact. A paid-for link is a bad link for both websites, for the site adding the link and for the site being linked to. And even if the content is quality content, and the way to assess that, of course, is to ask, is the content of use to the people who use the website? And if it is, you've also got to ask, is it unique and original content? And if again, yes, then it has some value, some quality, but still I would say no, because I want to avoid any hints of SEO manipulation, any hint of suspicion. And let me tell you this, that website, driving-test-success.com, has had its fair share of Google penalty slaps in the past. I have, in the eyes of Google, been a naughty little boy, called to the headmistress's office for a good shouty shout, and even 6 or 12 of the very best. I've lived the lesson, no doubt about that. I know how these penalties can take effect. However, you learn your lessons in life. And this is the most important lesson to learn in the whole of search engine optimization. When I say naughty, actually I wasn't doing anything untoward or underhand. I was simply doing what Google advised I do at the time in terms of SEO. Yes, I did it to the fullest extent, and perhaps some grey areas were breached. But when Google considered links to be good, I went out and got links, lots of links, in article directories, for example, which at the time Google deemed to be perfectly valid. But then they changed their mind. Such links went from being seen as a positive signal to being seen as a negative signal, a strong negative signal. Many other types of links as well. I mean, it's kind of weird, but the history of Google search tells us this, that the present Google is often telling the past Google it was crap, that it got search wrong. One day Google is saying, hey searchers, look at these websites, they're great, you can trust them, we recommend them. They will give you the information you require. The next day, no, these sites cannot be trusted. They don't provide quality. But here's some websites, we didn't like them before, but now we do, have a look at them. We've changed our mind. And that's progress, I suppose. But the lesson is, the methods and techniques you employ today to advance your website up the rankings may in the future actually damage your website's rankings. So if you're going to hire someone to do your website's search engine optimization for a fair chunk of change, it's wise to bear that in mind. And this is what it really comes down to. There is no real search engine optimization in an old school sense. There is only, in an old school sense, PR, marketing and brand awareness. And this is what it comes down to. There is no real SEO anymore. Not in an old school sense. There is only, in an old school sense, PR, marketing, brand awareness. I mean, Google loves brands. It trusts brands, the big brands, as does the average consumer. Yeah, a brand comes with a history, it comes with trust, it's the safe option. And that's what Google wants to give its customers, the safe option. Not to take risks on the new kid on the block, the small independent, the mum and pop shop, so to speak. Google's preference is for brands. That's brands, entities that have a strong presence away from their websites. Because that's the easy option for Google. It does make sense. Google's focus is not fixated on websites. That may seem odd, but it's the wider world. That's what it's interested in when it comes to ranking websites. Your magical, mystical, on-page SEO techniques that can push your website right to the top of Google are no longer available to website owners. Google has slain these tactics. They no longer exist. You have to think beyond your website, as Google do. I'll give you an example. An old client of mine, now retired, he owned a driving school employing about 10 to 15 driving instructors at any one time. Now every year he'd organise a charity golf tournament. And of course, raising money for charity was the main objective, but obviously there was secondary benefits. Advertising, PR, brand awareness, and SEO. Yes, search engine optimization. Well, you might ask, how? Well, because every year the tournament would make the local press. And of course I advised him to make sure the online version of the article that featured the tournament and his business linked to the website, to a page on his website that gave further details on the tournament, how to participate, who the local charities were, photos of the previous tournaments, news feeds and so on. And that was a great link to have. And also, other local businesses, those who were also competing in the tournament, as well as some local charities who were benefiting from the money, also linked to to the website. So a charity event that took place in the real world became a successful SEO campaign, but one that sits under the broader umbrella of general marketing and PR. And that's the mindset you need to get your website up the rankings. Off-page SEO is far more important than on-page SEO. On-page SEO is such a limited space to operate within. It's the analog telly. You've only got a handful of very basic options to play around with. The off-page SEO, it's the smart TV. Options galore. The world beyond the website, communities. A charity golf tournament raising money for local charities exposes the business to the local community. It puts the name, the brand out there. And think of all the online communities, Facebook, Twitter. I'll talk about these more in another video, but engaging with these committees. That's the game you need to play today, which means a website isn't necessarily the golden ticket to financial and business success that a lot of people think it will be. Get the website, get the business. It doesn't work like that. Not least every business, every sector, it's rush hour traffic out there. The roads that lead to customers are full of congestion. We need a business Thanos, as long as you're not one of the 50%. But fact, a website isn't necessarily going to bring in a constant stream of business, but it is part of the package, the marketing, promotion package that any business needs to have. I mean, who trusts the business that doesn't have a website? So you've got to have one, but it takes time to progress up the rankings and do well in organic search, not least because it takes time for Google to trust your website, to trust you, to trust your business, your brand. And the way that Google comes to find that trust in you is really what happens off page. Which brings me to Google Ads. The reality is Google makes a great deal of money from advertising. It doesn't make any money by giving websites free traffic. You could be cynical and say all these changes in the way Google ranks websites and the regular fluctuations in their search results is a good way to ensure that website owners move away from SEO, from trying to achieve good rankings organically, towards paying Google to appear above the organic results in the paid for section of the page. I mean, from a business perspective, that makes sense for Google as it maximizes their profit. Most website owners know that they cannot rely on organic search to bring traffic to their website. And if you are sitting there at the top of page one, good for you. But never get too comfortable, because a tweak here, a tweak there to the Google algorithm, and all of a sudden you drop a few places down. Then a few places more, you might go back up, you might not. But the point is, all search rankings are precarious. They are there but for the grace of Google. And as I say, it's in Google's financial interest to keep website owners feeling that way. There is profit in chaos, as they say. All these tech companies are disruptors. Well, keep the people disrupted and keep the money rolling in. Google, in its PR mode, says to website owners, be awesome. If you want traffic, be awesome. But of course, the accounting department is screaming, hold on, if you want traffic to your website, we can get you traffic, highly targeted traffic, but it's going to cost you. So just be willing to pay us. And it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you anyway. Pay an SEO company, a marketing PR company, do it yourself, but time is money. So it begs the question, do you spend good money and or your time for potentially positive results somewhere in the future? Or do you put your money into Google Ads, which will bring you traffic, highly targeted traffic to your website? My view is, once you've got the basics of on-page SEO complete, that's all you can do. Yes, there are things you can do on an ongoing basis off-page, from social media to making sure you get great reviews, to writing a blog, creating that content. As I've said, all important, as is old school marketing and PR, which can make a significant difference. But all of that takes time. That's the truth. There are no quick and easy solutions. So maybe Google Ads is the best, most cost-effective solution. I certainly think it is for new businesses and new websites. So anyway, I haven't talked about Google local business listings or social media, especially Facebook, who also do ads, and are now a great competitor to Google, and who have certainly put a few nails in the SEO coffin themselves. But I will do separate videos for those as well as one on writing a good Google ad and setting the Google Ads account up. So, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching.